Tune in.
Hey, you guys, this is Paris from the Diva Hustle Show. Today, our guest is Jocelyn Reaves. She's the dual founder and CEO of CoachedIt and Confidence Deli. Thank you, Jocelyn, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Paris.
How are you today?
I am doing well.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your background and how you got started.
Yeah, I always tell people that my journey to today was super reluctant and not conventional. I started out in healthcare, worked a lot of corporate jobs, and really found myself climbing this corporate ladder that, although I was good at the things I was doing, didn't serve me. And
Right.
so during the time of reset, like everybody during 2020, I really took time to evaluate where I was and where I was going and decided it's time to leave and do something that aligns with my purpose. And so I launched my consultancy and really wanted to help people connect with coaches. Like I coach, but I can't work with everybody. So
Right.
coach it is for people to connect with business coaches and life coaches in a way that makes sense for them. And then Confidence Daily was like my gift to the world. This is helping women cultivate confidence in every aspect of their lives. And it really came from my own struggles, getting through my own bouts of like childhood trauma, going through abusive relationships, and then being like, no, I got this. And after coming out of that time, was like, I have to give this gift back to other women.
That is so nice. That's amazing. How do you balance running two businesses? Like, is it stressful?
Yeah. So I've heard this and I have stolen it. There is no such thing as balance. There's just like integration. And so I think being that I get to do the work that I love and am passionate about, a lot of it doesn't feel like work. But there's, the administrative stuff and you're up answering emails and up all night and you just got to get through it. I think knowing that you're doing things for a higher purpose kind of gets you through each day.
Any strategies that you use like to manage your time?
Yes. So every night I'll like write out like gratitude affirmations, even if it's like a rough day, just to be like, okay, this is like the highlights of my day. And I also think that helps you manifest abundance in your life.
Okay.
And then for each morning, I go out and I time block. So I have my priorities for each day, and time blocking is basically, what your task is. Like we all have the to-do list, but the to-do list is long. You always are putting things on it. So it's like, let's get rid of the to-do list and start time blocking. So you batch similar tasks and then actually put them on your calendar like a meeting. So you have an appointment to get those things done.
Oh, that's nice. I gotta try that.
It's helpful.
Okay, so Coach It focus on providing personalized coaching services to individuals and organizations, right? So, what do you think sets your coaching business apart from other businesses in the industry?
Yeah, so the one thing that we do is we're not like a one size fits all. We have many different coaches that work across many different areas and aspects. So basically, when you go on to Coached It, you can select where you need help and we'll match you with the coach that meets you where you are at your price point, at your area, and also like where you're trying to grow in life.
And so, Confidence Daily offer daily affirmations and self care tips that help individuals with their confidence, right, and self care and self esteem. Can you speak more on why you think this is such an important aspect of personal development?
Yeah, I think confidence is everything. Confidence at its core is trust. It's a fundamental trust or a belief in something. And so when I go back to when I thought of this idea and like thought of the name for what I wanted to do, I was at dinner with friends. We were talking, having a couple drinks, and one of my friends was like, "When's the last time you didn't feel confident?" And I'm like, "I can't even remember." And I was feeling myself. And I got home and I realized, like, yes, all the external indicators or factors with like of confidence were there. I thought I, looked good. I had decent job, decent pay. Like the things externally looked good. But like I said, I had just gone through this relationship, all of these things. I had to get my life together. And I had to say, okay, well, you wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if you had an internal confidence in yourself. I
Right.
think get away from that trust, that alignment, that center within ourselves,
Right.
that's where we steer off course. And so having that confidence is really having the trust that I'm gonna be okay no matter what, no
Mhm.
matter what happens today, tomorrow, no matter what people say. I'm going to be good. And when you have that trust, you can give yourself compassion, you can give yourself grace, and you really have the space to grow and excel.
Can you share one of your success stories of coaching where you met someone and they was like you helped them coach and during coaching and they were like able to turn their life around?
Yeah, I mean, those are the best stories. I
Right.
mean, one of the one of the first clients I had actually, she had just gotten out of a really bad breakup as well and was feeling super depressed. So I'm like, okay, how do we help you get out of this funk? I'm a coach, I'm not a counselor, so I don't manage depression, but I do help you get out of your head to
Right.
get your goals. And so coaching, it's like, what goal can we create for you and how can I come up alongside you to help you get there? So she was laying in bed all day, wasn't really doing much. And so I really came alongside her. I was like, screw the traditional method of coaching. We're going to turn you into a boss. And she went from literally having no clients. This girl had no clients, no clue of how she was going to pay her bills because the person that she was with passed away and he was paying the bills, to having a company. She's turning away clients. She's
Wow.
turning away clients now. And
That is
like,
so amazing.
I'm like, to just know that I had a part of that. Like, she's her own boss, right? Like, she's doing her own thing. I can take credit for her success, but to see that I had a part of like getting her out of bed, having that traction and instilling the confidence in her that she needed to be like, all right, let's go, let's get it. That keeps me going.
I think, and that's good. I mean, because people, like you're saying, sometimes when you have ups and downs in life, you just need that one person, like you're saying, a coach to be like, you could do it. You know, it just was something you had to go through. You had to learn from it and just move forward.
Exactly. And we all have those moments. We all have those periods of time.
So, as an entrepreneur, what challenges have you faced in building and growing your business, and how
Oh,
did you
all the
overcome?
all the challenges. No, I think one of the biggest challenges though was, starting out, especially like, and especially when I quit. It was 2020 in the pandemic, going through the breakup. I was like, I just have to pay my bills. And so I started to take on just any client
Right,
out of alignment. And I'm looking at my life at that point, like I'm creating a personal hell for myself because now I'm putting myself in a situation where I'm kind of right back where I was in my 9 to 5 doing work that I don't necessarily want to do.
right,
And so my trouble as an entrepreneur in the beginning was staying aligned. And I think a lot of people get there, especially service-based businesses where you can do a lot, you can stretch your skill sets. We as humans have so much potential as human beings,
right,
but what's your purpose? What's
right.
your and where are you supposed to be? And so I had to snap myself back into reality and get there.
What advice would you give, especially women entrepreneurs that's thinking about starting a business and they don't know how to start or where to start, or they don't feel like they're even worthy of starting a business?
That's real. And like the imposter syndrome is so
Right,
real. I think when we are on the precipice of something great and like stepping into your calling, because no one starts a business just because, like, some people do it just for the money, whatever. But like if you really have something in your heart and you're like afraid, it's because that thing inside of you is great and you're about to step into your calling
right.
and it's going to be scary. And guess what? Like the second you take a step, almost without a doubt, stuff in your life will start to fall apart. I
Yes,
want to like be very aware of that. And I think that as screwed as it sounds, is like an indicator that you're on the right path because
yeah,
it's not supposed to be easy. And if your business is going to be a success, if you're really going to grow to that point of like, think of your favorite CEO, boss babe, whatever, they have had to deal with a lot of stuff. And you can't be where they are without building your strength along the way. You can't carry that burden. So how do you get to a point where where you can manage that? You have struggled
yeah,
along the way. So take that as an opportunity. Take every no, every rejection as like, all right, bet I'm that much closer to my next yes. And just know that like once you are clear about your path and your journey, don't let anything stop you.
that's true.
Resistance, resistance, failure can only resist so much persistence. So you got to stay persistent and consistent.
And so, what do you see coming up with your company and growing? What do you see your company, both your companies in 10 years?
Yeah, so CoachedIt, we're actually, I can't like announce the partnership. We have a really cool like partnership coming up and are like developing an app and taking a lot of the stuff to the next level of working with different corporations and individuals, which I'm really excited to
That's
be.
good.
Yeah, with this new partner, I'm so excited. But for Confidence Daily, it's really, we want to be a household name and not for like, we want people to know who Confidence Daily is. We want women to know what confidence is and
Right,
not as a word in a dictionary, but like as something that you embody.
right,
And so it's not like, oh, we want to go to grow the company to be this and that. We want to grow women, which are like 51% of the population or whatever, to be the best that we can be. I don't want to see imposter syndrome. I don't want to see people playing it small. I want to see us living and growing in our power.
right. And I think that's excellent. I feel like, as women, like you're saying, we have this inner voice, right? We're like our biggest critic.
Yeah.
And but that's a good thing and sometimes a bad thing. But being able to still move forward and don't hinder your growth and believing in yourself, that's key. Is
Yeah.
is key in moving forward, growing your business.
It's everything. And you're right, that inner critic is there. And it's the critic is there to keep us safe. Like back when we had to do like fight or flight, like caveman mode, when you had to see like, is there a danger? Do I have to run from a tiger? But we're not there anymore. But
Right.
that voice is still there. And the voice is intended to keep us safe. But once you hear what the voice is saying, you can be like, okay, well, there's not really any danger in this situation. There's just self-doubt.
Right.
And I was talking to somebody, and I do this now, to name that voice, to name that, because it's just your imposter. So I don't know if you guys remember, like Sister Sister,
Yeah.
I call the voice Roger. So I'm like, oh Roger, like anytime I hear the voice.
I love it. So if people want to get in contact with you, what's the best way of getting in contact?
Yeah, come on, follow us on Instagram. We're at Confidence Daily. We post, 2 to 3 times a day, and it's all inspirational. And I'm on there as well, or cultivatingconfidencedaily.com.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us and telling us about your journey, your businesses. I wish you the best in all your endeavors and, nothing but the hills, you know what I mean, for you guys. So
Thank
congratulations as well.
you.
Tune in.